Yo, it's Dino. This is the podcast.
It absolutely is not Dino. He's on a plane to Perth. But thank you, Jack, for filling in.
You're so welcome.
Huge show today. And
by the way, Jack is texting as he said that.
Yeah, of course.
Did not even look
I've got to
up,
sort my racers outfit for tomorrow.
Yes, it's important. It's important.
What are you going with tomorrow?
A brown, linen number.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's brave.
Is the weather right for brown linen?
Well, it's 18 degrees.
Brown.
No,
Is that a suit? A brown suit?
Brown's new in interiors as well.
Brown's
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. It
Is
absolutely
light
is.
brown, dark brown?
It's quite dark. So I don't know whether to go with a white shirt or a black shirt with a black... Anyway.
I feel like white.
Yeah.
Now, apart from that, what do you think the highlight was today?
Well, if you're thinking about playing up, we've got some advice for you.
We chatted to Paul Keable from Ashley Madison,
Yeah.
and my favourite part of that interview was when Dino says incredulously, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, look out for that. But Peter Hitchener is always a
joy.
delight. It's sincerely a delight to see that man.
Always a joy.
And if I was going to play up, I'd put forward a proposal for the sexiest man alive.
Absolutely.
Baldest man.
The one and only Martin Pike joins you on this
Yes.
podcast. Do not miss it. Thanks for listening.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
The podcast.
Good morning to you, sweet, wet Melbourne.
Good morning. Did we flood? Did we flood last night?
I was all right.
Oh, I
How
got
was
texts
everyone?
from your wife saying stuff's going on with the house. Where's John?
Yeah, where's John?
Because you were AWOL.
I don't know. Well, we went to a lunch yesterday. It was good fun.
Max.
And then you took off and went to Hamilton.
Yeah, I went to
What
Hamilton.
are you thinking?
What's my third time? I'm going again next month. I'm a psycho. Back to you.
So we're having lunch. I'm getting texts from my wife. As you know, Swanee, not great on the phone.
No.
Not great on the phone, especially after a few beers. And so I didn't really pay any attention. I'm with me mate Dino and Brodie, just trying to do a couple of deals. And then Dino all of a sudden goes, I'm going to Hamilton.
Mate, I did
what-
3 hours of great quality
You
dealing.
were a deserter.
What do you think? What are you thinking?
What a dog. Did
But
you
what
steal
happened?
some deals? Did you
Absolutely.
wheel and deal?
All over it.
What time did you get home?
9 o'clock.
Mate, that's
I don't know, so 9:30.
That's unbelievable.
That's really good.
My last text from Kylie, or Kyle's last text to me was, you are so frustrated.
But what did she want you to do?
What was I supposed to do?
The house is
Okay.
going to fall
Well,
down.
Dino's gone to Hamilton. I'm trying to do some deals. trying to do some business deals.
Not guilty, John.
Yes.
You've done nothing
Anyway.
wrong. Swanee, did the kids eat their food last?
Yes, they did. We had the iron meal last night, which is lots of baby spinach, lots of mushrooms, and fillet steak.
Right on.
As the butcher says whenever I buy it, I go, "Oh, my kids won't eat anything else now." He goes, "I bet they effing won't."
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Whatif.com is all about helping Aussies make the most out of every trip.
Book a hotel, flight, surfboard and snorkel all before you can say brekkie buffet.
Jump online or on the What If app and get started.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
Big news.
Sucking footy.
That's right, Swanee. Big news. St Kilda coach, or ex-St Kilda coach now,
What's happened?
Brett Ratton was sacked.
Why?
Sacked last night. I love these words. The stunning development when it comes out late notice.
Did anyone see this coming?
No. But, however, though, a review was done. So, Jeff Walsh, who was in charge of the Carlton review
Yeah.
last year, Swanee, and made the call to sack. Was that Brendan Bolton?
I think so.
Yes.
Brendan Bolton, and Vossi got the job.
Oh, he's the exterminator, this guy, isn't he?
Absolutely. I think he might have gone in to do the North Melbourne job as well.
Didn't Rats just sign a new deal a few months ago?
Yes,
like a 2-year deal.
2-year deal.
So what?
So it puts a lot of pressure on the CEO, Simon Lethlane, who used to work at the AFL. So one of his first decisions to make was to give Brett Ratton an extra 2-year deal. So all of a sudden now, a couple of months later, he's been sacked.
Yes.
So clearly it wouldn't have been Lether's decision.
No.
So obviously at board level they've decided to make the move after the review by Jeff Walsh. So also he was in charge of the North Melbourne review last year.
Okay.
Where David Noble was sacked.
As
Swanee.
a
He's a
modern
Grim
day.
Reaper. He's a
He
Grim
is,
Reaper.
isn't he?
You'd be concerned if you were the coach
The
for club.
cleaner, like Harvey Keitel.
You're right. Winston
Yes.
of course, that famous character from Pulp Fiction.
Yes.
You'd be concerned if you were a coach of a footy club and he walked in to do the review.
Yes.
Who's going to coach Saints?
Well, all I'm saying, there's some names being tossed up. Adam Uzo gets tossed up at the moment. He's a young gun coach, former Melbourne and Do you play for Hawthorn or for Melbourne Players?
These player, big
Yep.
specky taker.
All of these names that get thrown up, is there any truth to them? Someone told me yesterday that I was the front runner to replace Carrie Bickmore on the project.
Really?
Well,
It's absolutely not true.
you
It's
tell
just
us
made
one.
up.
I'll drop some cash.
Let's
But
dig
you know
deep.
what I mean? Is that just what happens
Well-
in journalism? Is that people write down words based on absolutely
No,
nothing?
I think there's some sort of truth about it.
Okay.
Yeah, because they have a guess. So Adam Uze Swanee, he's gone for the GWS job, went for the Essendon job, missed out.
Right.
Mark McVeigh, who's just recently finished up as a
Bombers.
GWS coach, former Bombers player. So they've been tossed up. But I've had to think about this.
What?
So Lenny Hayes
Oh yeah.
was coaching GWS last year, former St Kilda legend.
Yes.
Legend, loved. Beloved.
Absolutely beloved.
Up there with Lockett,
Absolutely.
Frawley, Lowe, Rewalt. Yeah, some of the biggest names of all time. Retires as an assistant coach at GWS 2 years ago,
Right.
and buys a farm in the Blue Mountains. To go and lives in this back block country town in the Blue Mountains. All of a sudden, 3 months ago, he's been coaxed out of retirement to come back and be an assistant coach of the St Kilda Footy Club.
Wow.
So
What you're saying is,
he's at a club legend. He's going to be inserted into the job, Swanee.
That would be a great fit.
Well, they haven't won a flag since '66, so maybe they need a club legend just to lift them over the line.
hey,
That
that's
sounds like
Don't you
absolute
reckon?
sense to me.
Reasonable logic.
Yeah.
genuine waves.
Absolutely. And Swanee, are you doing the project next year?
No, absolutely not.
We'll bet money, Swan. Come on.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast.
What's the time for?
Oh, it's time for the home viewer quiz.
Yes.
Wow. First of all, voice of a guy, what can folks win?
Well, get excited because today they can win a KitchenAid Artisan electric kettle.
What?
That's right.
Wow. Who is Chrissie playing for first?
Today, Chrissie is playing for Daniel from Greendale. Daniel celebrated his birthday a couple of weeks ago.
Happiest of birthdays to you.
Turn your radio down, brother. Steph, Jonathan is your man. Steph, good morning, Steph.
How you doing,
Hey,
Dave?
Brownie.
Hi, Steph. How are you?
Good, how are you going?
Have you been overseas?
I've never been overseas, Brownie.
Also,
It's
not-
overrated anyway. I got arrested on the way to Thailand and sent home. Don't worry
Oh,
about
no.
it.
And that the same will happen to you.
Let's go.
Quick buzzer check, please. And
Juggernaut.
excellent. Voice of a guy, you wanted to say something is just now?
No, I just said that Steph was also not a man, so just...
No, she is not.
Thank you, voiceover.
But Steph can be a boy's name as well.
It can.
Just
Yeah,
clarify.
Stefan,
That's right.
like the great hairdresser from Brisbane.
Who wants Sam to go on his boat
Yeah.
for the Sydney Hobart
Maybe
race?
this
Of
year he'll
course,
be
yeah.
lucky.
Hey, does everyone want to talk more shit or we'll get into...
Ah,
Stefano de Perry.
Which presenter announced that they were leaving the...
Carrie Bickmore.
Boom, she's away.
I saw her that day, the day after, and we were very excited to get her for what's ahead.
What
Who's
is
coming
ahead?
in there? Who's coming? Are you replacing
It's
her?
not me. It'll be Georgie Tunney.
But, you know, if you tell us, we can then go to the sports bet and then make lots of money.
Oh, okay. Well, I will tell you if things change, but at the moment there's been no conversations, and also no.
What's the hardest natural substance on Earth?
Diamonds.
Would also have accepted cat's head.
Like you did last
Yes,
night, Dana. You're wiping the floor.
Siberia is a region of which
I'm going to say Russia.
Russia is correct. Well done.
Well done.
Which legendary actress passed away?
Angela Lansbury.
Yes.
Two apiece. How many legs does a lobster?
I'm
Six.
not helping you.
No. They got a lot of the little ones you forget about.
Yes. I'm going to go with 12.
Needed 10.
Ah, that was my next guess.
Them weird little aliens. What are the two main languages of India?
Indian.
No.
Oh, no,
No.
that's not the right.
I'm going to say English and Hindi.
Swanee's right. One off the win.
Indian?
Which country fired a rocket over Japan earlier this week? All to make it level.
North Korea.
Correct. All right. Daniel and Steph, someone's going to win this flash item.
It's exciting,
kettle.
isn't it, Swanee?
Yeah,
it's
it's-
exciting.
Harder than a cat's head.
Which Aussie tennis legend revealed
Real he.
Chrissie,
I'm going with Leighton Hewitt.
That's incorrect. Swan, you want the full question?
No, I don't.
Need an answer.
The answer is Todd Woodbridge.
I had a heart attack.
Suck it, Brownie.
Suck it, Brownie. Suck it, Brownie. What?
Daniel.
What has Daniel won, voice of a guy?
Daniel has won a KitchenAid artisan electric kettle.
I think it's just artisan.
Or artisan or artesian. I just like to say it wrong.
Well done, Daniel.
Thanks, guys.
Hey.
Ever wondered what happens in the studio? Check out Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Instagram.
I love this. The hottest bald man has just been announced in the world.
Rex Hunt. Congratulations, Rex.
It's not Rex Hunt. I'm excited. I'm not going to reveal who is the hottest bald man. I want you to play along. It's like a game. I want you to ring up and engage with us and tell me who the hottest bald man is, because this company, SEO Agency Reboot, it's not just like a judging panel where you just put your votes in.
Yeah.
It's actually based on.
Oh, it's a scientific
That's
fact.
right. Scientific. It's based on Twitter analysis, Swanee.
Oh, right.
Well,
that
net
must
worth.
be true.
You're talking Twitter analysis.
That's right. Twitter analysis, net worth, and height for their study.
Okay.
Obviously, so they've looked closely into social media. The company's also measured each star's cranial shine factor.
Good.
Which is literally how shiny their heads are.
Right.
So you've got to think of a person that's got a shiny head. Of course, 2 years ago, the last time they've announced the list, Prince William was number one.
Oh, he's hardly bald.
Yeah,
He's balding.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
It's got to be Jason Statham, hasn't it?
Twitter spoke.
It's got to be Pitbull, man.
Statham's in the top 10. Pitbull in the top 10.
What about The Rock?
The Rock in the top 10.
but not number one.
Not number one.
Gary Sweet in the top 10.
Unfortunately, Gary Sweet not quite there.
God damn it.
An aging actor who's forgotten his lines.
Bruce
Willis.
Bruce Willis.
I would add Bruce number one.
Me too.
John McClane.
Absolutely.
With a bullet, straight to number one. 13, 24, 10. I need you to help me here.
I love this.
I need to find our number one.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the sexiest bald man?
Australian or anyone.
Sexiest bald man alive.
Koshi.
All comers.
Koshi be up there.
Sure, Koshi will sneak into the top 10. But anyway, I think we can do better than Koshi.
We've got lots of prizes. Who is the sexiest bald man?
I need your help, Melbourne, trying to find the world's sexiest bald man. It's been amazing. It's been revealed. And this is all to do with science.
Yeah.
Shiny head, social media interaction, height, all these sort of things are important qualities.
Can I speak to baldness? Women don't care if you're bald.
Yeah.
And I think it's a male issue. Men feel bad about going bald. We don't even... Well, I can't speak for every woman. I don't see it.
What is it, Swanee?
If you're interesting and funny and I have a connection with you, it doesn't matter if you've got hair or not.
Is it
I don't see it.
Is it a handicap, though?
No, it's not.
So you're not...
I know that you can't believe... As a man, I know you can't believe it. But we honestly... I don't see it. I honestly don't see it.
Ellie in Greensboro, who do you think is the sexiest bald boy, man?
Morning. I think I'd have to say Jason Statham.
It's
What
a
a
classic.
fox.
Yeah.
What a fox.
What a
fox?
Yeah, what a fox.
Ah,
The
fox.
fox, yeah.
It sounded like Sean Connery.
I did. It is. What a fox.
I jumped the fence for Statham.
Yeah, me too.
Let's go to Cal from Epping.
You could win 10K, Ellie. Thank you. Callum in Epping, what do you got for us?
Good morning, team.
Morning.
This person has an extensive pornography background.
Yes.
Yes.
Tom Gleisner.
Have you been paying attention?
Can you imagine the library he has?
Can you just combine those words again? What did you first say? This man has a...
Turn your indicator off, Callum.
I like his flicker. It's
Sorry, guys. An extensive pornography back catalogue.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
wow,
heard
that's
correct.
unbelievable. Thank you, Cal.
10K could be yours.
Good morning.
Nicola, good morning.
Good morning. It's got to be The Rock.
Oh.
I think so. He was almost there. He was almost my number one, The Rock.
Yeah.
I love The Rock.
Yeah.
So, of course, I was in that era, the late 80s, early 90s, sort of through the 90s, Swanee of wrestlers. The Rock.
Yeah.
If you smell what The Rock is cooking, then he's gone on to be a megastar in the movies.
I can appreciate that he's an attractive man who takes very good care of himself, but he doesn't do it for me. He's not a sexual guy to me.
Okay.
I see him as like a cartoon character, whereas Jason Statham is a sexy guy.
So he doesn't do it for you?
No.
Well, I'll tell you what. I've got a man on the phone right now that will do it for you. And this is my vote for the sexiest bald man alive.
I think I know who this is.
None other than 4-time premiership player.
Oh, yeah.
Say your name. Say your name.
And a former teammate of mine. Actually, I'm going to say, who is on the phone right now?
Good morning.
Who is that?
That's Uncle Martin Pike here.
The fusing.
Whoa.
Pikey.
Whoa.
Good morning, all.
He is the Mount Everest of sexy bald men.
How are you? I feel like I haven't seen you I haven't seen you for nearly a year. The last time I saw you was at Brownie's 40th.
Yeah, well, that's over a year, I reckon, or just about a year. But it does explain the way Jonathan's been looking at me lately.
Absolutely. Like you're a piece of meat.
We spent a lot. We got very close last week, of course, Swanee, the 20-year premiership reunion from 2002. We got together at the pub down in Fitzroy, and of course, Martin Pike was the backup singer for the band.
I heard that you were a microphone hog, Pikey.
I did a little bit of singing. I reckon I got 10% of the words right for the 10% I was singing. But,
it's been
hey,
generous.
you can't hold Jonathan back either. He liked to be Neil Diamond when he has a couple as well.
Oh, I love a bit of Neil Diamond.
Uncle Martin, with the final words, how does it feel to be the sexiest bald man alive?
I'm going to take that to the toolbox right now in front of 200 people and just say they'll just won that award, so I'm wrapped.
Yeah. I'm taking it to the toolbox.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
The podcast.
Morning, Melbourne. Not sure if it's going to be raining all day yesterday like it was, all day today like it was yesterday. My God, it's a wrinkle in time. Welcome to the microphone, Samuel Pang.
Good morning, Melbourne.
We were
That's
just
right.
talking off
It
air.
looks all right.
Yeah, it looks all right.
It's all right.
Brownie was having a chat to someone yesterday who was talking about a friend of theirs who'd been married 8 times.
Yes, you said that to me.
And I
What did
just
say
said,
to you?
how does that happen? How does someone do that 8 times? The wedding, everything.
Yeah, it's a lot of effort.
8 times.
What did I say to you?
You said, I've got a theory.
I think this is my theory about multiple
Yes.
marriages.
Yeah.
Obviously, I have no experience.
No,
but
we've never been married.
But I think the first one, after you do the first one,
Yeah.
and it doesn't work out. Hey, that's fine.
Yes.
Things don't work out.
Yes.
Then you go to the second one, and that doesn't work out. And I think after the second one, I think traditionally you'd probably think that's it. But life is long.
Yes.
And sometimes, and guess what? If you fall in love again, why wouldn't you think this could be the one? Now, when that third one goes, right, all bets are off. Now it's like a mission. You go, hold on, those 3 were wrong. Now I'm gonna keep going until I'm right.
It's like a
Prove
mission.
them wrong.
Yeah, I'll prove them all wrong.
Yeah,
That's
good.
my theory.
I like the theory.
I reckon once you get the 3, 8 is absolutely in play.
Really?
And if this doesn't work out, they'll keep
9.
going. Absolutely.
9.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast.
Melbourne, good morning. Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Over 100. Our best mate, Peter Hitchener, coming up later on. If you book in holiday, what if it?
Christine, if I ever worked in an office and had a desk, things would accumulate. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I'd have an in tray and an out tray.
Of course you
And then
would.
I'd be going to Frinks tonight.
Frinks.
Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
I've never been.
Yeah.
Never been to Frinks.
You'd be the chairman of the Department of Fun and Games.
Frinks.
Yeah, that's right, Frinks.
Yeah.
Friday drinks. So I got a few things that have just come across the desk that I haven't got to this week.
Yeah.
One is, Brownie, can I just quickly say to you, Mitch Robinson retired, right? He plays for the used to play for the Brisbane Lions one. He retired, but he said that he posted a photo of his last photo as a Lion, devastated that Fags, the coach, wouldn't allow me to announce this in person to the supporters and my teammates, but I guess that's footy. That was before their last game.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think about that? Your thoughts?
Well, I think when you go out, you should always go out graciously. And he hasn't gone out graciously.
No, but hold on. The issue of should he have been allowed to tell his teammates and the supporters that he was retiring and this would be his last game, although he didn't play. So that's the issue.
Well, I'm not sure. All I can gather is they're trying to win a premiership, and Fags and the coaching staff wanted to make sure the focus
No
was...
distraction.
No distraction.
All right, no worries.
You know, whether it be in that final, he wanted to do a lap of honour. I'm not sure the ins and outs of the story behind the scenes. However, I can understand the message from the coaching staff potentially was, okay, let's just keep our eye on the job.
All right, asked and answered.
Yep.
The other thing, Swanee, yesterday at this...
I played with one of the greatest of all time, Michael Voss, who didn't want that distraction to come to his team, and he announced it 2 weeks after the season had finished because he didn't want fanfare.
Okay.
Yesterday, I think at this time, I can't even remember. Yesterday, I just tested myself about how well I know you all.
Yeah.
Right. If I know you, Chrissie Swan, you'll be able to recite or sing the jingle to Brian Naylor's, the former Channel 9 newsreader Brian Naylor's jingle, and of course you nailed it. But this was the jingle.
Hey, just give me 1 second.
Oh, mate, no worries.
Here you go.
Well, how do you know all that? Brian told me so.
National 9 News with Brian Naylor. 6 o'clock weeknights on 9.
You nailed that. You did know. There was a little bit of theatre there. Dino, do you think I know it? Of course, I knew that you'd know it. Jack Charles, of course, who loves Charlie's Angels Full Throttle, could have actually just done a table read of it
Absolutely.
by himself.
That would be his category on Hard Quiz.
Charlie's Angels Full Throttle.
Yes.
Brownie, I thought you did. I did a pretty good effort with Con Air, but the takeaway.
Cameron Poe, I was confused because I was thinking Christian Poe.
Yes,
Cameron
that's
Poe,
all right, mate. But the big takeaway was Mr. West Coast Eagles over here. Do you know what I mean? The mascot for the team.
I heard that on the way to work.
All I asked was in the 2006 West Coast Eagles Premiership team. Swan.
Premier.
These are immortals, and he was there at the game. Hey mate, could you name 10 for me? Bow.
Mate, I freaked out.
You did. You freaked out.
Now
I just freaked out. I drove here from Perth to see these boys.
His memory is impaired.
Guess what?
What?
You're going to get another chance. This is who you mentioned yesterday.
Okay.
You mentioned Lynch, Stengline, Embley, Cousins, Glass, Kerr, Cox, Judd, Fletcher and Worsfold, right? There are still 8 to 10 other names. Give me 4 more names. Dean. Oh, my God.
Drew Banfield.
Yes.
Bo Waters.
Yes.
Adam Selwood.
Another Adam.
Yes.
Another Adam. Think of the
another Adam that won it for us, Adam Hunter.
All right, there you go. Done.
And Chicky as well.
Daniel Chick. Yes.
Mark Seaby.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Now
I did some practice because I was ashamed.
That's not the point to practice.
I was
I
ashamed.
did some practice because I was ashamed.
Mark Seaby.
Oh, bless you.
Hey, that's an off-Broadway one, Mark Seaby. Old Sebaceous Glass.
Hey, well done. You redeemed yourself. The other thing I did, there's some commentary for Brownie. But can you play the last two? Because I remember I think it was on Wednesday. I said I made a request that your Fox Footy commentary next year should incorporate some famous lines from movies because it happened in a basketball match where a commentator just made a reference to Coming to America, which I respect forever. But this is what you rolled out. A pretty good first effort.
Here we go. Penalty, quick hands to the go. He loads up from 60 metres out. Doesn't quite make the distance. Picked up by Thomas, but over from the back. There's a goal. It's a goal. A goal to Josh Thomas. That'll do, pig. That'll do.
Mate,
I'm telling you, this is a good idea.
Jeez, you really threw your weight behind it.
I never doubted that you would.
That'll do, pig.
Is there another? What's another one?
Here we go.
Luke Shuey gets the ball to Nick Nat. The big fella balks one. Gets around another. Have a look at the big man go. Got great agility. Kicks the run from a running torpedo from 70 metres out. It's gone, Miles. Don't tell me. It's a goal. And I see dead people.
Might have been a bit up too early.
No, it's perfect.
But that's amazing.
It's perfect.
Now listen, have you got a couple more for us? Just to do it live. Are you up to it?
Wait.
I'm thinking about diversifying next year, Swanee.
Yeah. Do you think Fox?
I can do special comments and play-by-play calls.
Do you think Fox Footy would consider it?
Absolutely, they would.
Yeah, they would too.
Dwayne Russell getting a bit long in the tooth.
Absolutely.
Time for an injection of new blood.
All right, you got a couple there.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Tough stuff from Zorka in the pack. Somehow gets it at the Rich. Rich a long kick to full forward. Cameron! Mark of the year contender from Charlie Cameron. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. Probably a little bit too long.
That's so good.
You got one more?
Here we go.
It's from the AFLW, this one.
I want to make it a bit more succinct.
Okay, mate.
Tighten it up. Okay. Vesio kicks towards McAvoy, who brings it to ground. Mooney gathers. Mooney from 30. Mooney goes bang! Goal to come! Here come the Blues! Oh, have what she's having!
Want to see what happens in the studio? Check it out on Facebook. Follow Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. Okay, Dino's pitch. Ow! Dino's pitch.
What?
Dino's pitch. Dino's pitch. Dino's pitch.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we hand the reins over to our trusty pal.
Big time.
Dino.
I'm glad that Pang mentioned this just in the break before, that newsreader jingle. Naylor, one of the greats.
Brian Naylor, who, by the way, was before Peter Hitchener became the voice of this city. Brian Naylor, he was an understudy to Brian Naylor.
And I feel like he was the newsreader for decades. Like it was a
Brian
long
Naylor, yeah, absolutely.
tenure.
Yeah. Peter Hitchener was very patient.
Well, when you're doing it for that long, you get your own song.
Brian told me so.
Love that.
I know.
By News with Brian.
Love that. But as you said, Hitchy's been looking after us on the telly for decades without a song, and that's got to be rectified.
It's not fair, I don't think.
Tony Martin's idea, of course, that Hitch should do a bulletin with all these cats just on the desk, because I think is still an amazing visual that I
What
can
are
never.
their names again?
The baby.
The baby, August, and
Baby.
Mascara.
Mate, Mascara
I didn't
is
know that.
quite a handful, let me tell
Yeah.
you. So this wholesome song, Brian Told Me, is really nice, but it's now 2022, so
Yep.
if Hitchy's getting his song, maybe a bit of edge, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are you pitching a Hitchy jingle?
That's what I'm here to do today. And maybe, I don't know, a hot take on Meredith Brooks's Bitch. That could
Yes.
work. Oh, yeah.
He is Hitch. He's a papa. He is Hitch. He's a lover. Go to him to get your news. He's constantly amused. He is Hitch. Every other guy sucks.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good.
You think the bosses at Channel 9 in the news department, you think that's getting their tick of approval, Dean?
They'll take a look at it, bare minimum.
Absolutely.
He is constantly amused.
He's constantly amused. That's the thing. So while
seemed to peter out at the end then.
no, I think it was just a creative choice by whoever sang it. This Brian Naylor one, really wholesome, but again, the times move on. What about if we got like David Guetta, his song "Sexy Bitch"?
Yes.
Like something could be done with that, I'm sure, right? Oh, yeah.
Trying to find the words to describe this boy without being disrespectful. Damn, you a sexy Hitch. A sexy Hitch. Damn, you a sexy Hitch. And Alan Rascal as well.
Mate, that's leader in the clubhouse, Brett.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
You know?
Yeah.
Because the kids these days, this was lovely back in the day, but the
Lovely.
kids, they need more.
They moved on.
Yeah.
The younger generation wants
Needs
more
an edge.
up-tempo.
Needs
Yeah.
an edge now.
Hey, where did Jet go anyway? What a band
Yeah,
is
where
Jet?
is Jet?
Cold Hard Bitch is one of my favourites.
Yeah. Reckon you could
Stop
do
it.
anything there?
Stop
I'll see what I can do.
Cold hard Hitch, and he's a hitchy boy. And go to Hitch for the news. He's waiting. Cold hard Hitch, and Alan Rascal's doing some crazy shit too.
it.
All right. Listen.
The rascal. Bringing rascal into it sort of just puts you off tune.
I think it derails it, but
Derails.
Did you say Alan
It's
Rascal's
Hitch.
doing some crazy shit too?
As well.
you know what I like about that one? That is actually that Hitch. I know Hitch and Bitch is great, but I'm just saying that is the message is, hey, get your news from Hitch.
Cold hard news.
Cold, hard news.
You want your news cold and hard? Where you going?
Hitch? Channel 9.
So Hitch is coming in later. We'll run him by him, but I'm sure over the coming weeks there might be some more options.
Mate.
Hey, let's take it to the break.
Cold hard Hitch, and he's a hitchy boy. And go to Hitch for the news. He's waiting.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Now, we in this studio and you out of the studio have certainly been enjoying the Ashley Madison jingle for a long time now. Who? Other than my wife. God, it's so catchy. I'm thrilled to tell you guys that I've managed to track down the head of strategy. What is the strategy? At Ashley Madison. His name is Paul Keable, and he joins us right now live from Canada. Now, Paul, welcome. Thank you for joining us. My first question to you is, did you personally, Paul Keable, head of strategy of Ashley Madison, have anything to do with that catchy as heck jingle?
No, unfortunately, my creative skills are not on the musical side.
Do you love it, though, like we do? The whole Cheers vibe.
I absolutely love that ad. I love that tone. I love the message. It conveys so much of what's actually happening on our site compared to what most people think is what's happening on Ashley Madison.
Well, what is happening on Ashley Madison,
say, is it
Paul?
still around?
Well, let me tell you something. You know, given everything this company has been through, to still see today more than 20,000 people joining today, it tells me we're doing something that people around the world need. And we are offering people a way for so many to help save their marriages, despite what everyone thinks that we're actually doing.
What on earth are you talking about?
It's a community service, Dino.
Explain that.
Yeah, no, and listen, I say that with absolute honesty and understanding, despite the fact that people have that exact response. So listen, if you're married and you have the most beautiful spouse you could possibly imagine, they service every aspect of your life, financially, socially, but there's that one thing missing, often in the bedroom. And we're told by our religious people, our social circles, our government, that in a circumstance like this, it is better to dissolve a marriage than it is to find comfort outside the marriage, where we would say, hold on, wait a minute, what about having your cake and eating it too? So what happens if I can fulfill my intimate needs outside the marriage, but maintain the marriage? And so many of the women who join Ashley Madison are doing that very thing because their husbands are either unable or unwilling to do what makes them happy in the bedroom. And so they come to us to fulfill and outsource their intimate needs.
Brownie, I'm in.
I mean, it's a very convincing argument. However,
let me get my credit card.
I'd follow Paul into war.
Absolutely.
Women are free, so you're good.
Really? I'm going to join, guys.
Well, it's unbelievable.
Let's do it.
I was surprised.
It's the ultimate radio arc.
I was surprised, Paul, that 42% of women, you've sent us a fact sheet, 42% of women are actually looking for something casual, and they like the one-night fling. I thought it would have been heavily skewed towards males.
Well, you see, this is the reason I do what I do most days. I talk to people like you to help dispel the myths around adultery, because so many people think it's just the horny husband looking to get a little side action. And there are so many women who are unfulfilled by monogamy, and we are the outlet for them. And the reason for that is, and we actually did a study with the University of Missouri as to why women cheat versus why men cheat. And it is the complete opposite of what everyone thinks. Women are coming to the site exclusively. More than 80% of our members in this research project were coming solely for their sexual needs, whereas the men were coming for emotional validation. Complete opposite of what everyone thinks.
You're an angel.
You know, because I've been working for 10 years here, I know this to be true.
Are you married?
I was married.
Did you look for someone other than your wife?
You know, one of the first things we tell our members, and the reason they come to us, is that discretion is at the core of our service. And one of the first things you learn is if you are to have an affair, is to never disclose having an affair. So I'll answer it this way. I've never had a need to go outside my marriage, and I've been very happy with that respect. That said, I am now a single man.
I think that the turning point was when Paul's wife joined Ashley Madison. I think that may have been the deal breaker. Jesus, great.
So would you say, Paul? Yeah, that was the deal breaker, Sam. That finished it. Would you say though that are they purely affairs, or would there be some people that are involved in open relationships on the site?
You know, we've seen a really strong shift over the past 5 or 6 years where increasingly people are coming to our site who are not the traditional adulterers. They are people who are polyamorous. They're in open relationships. They are in hot wife relationships. There's a vast...
what's hot wife? Is that like the equivalent? Is that like a hot desking?
I guess there's actually some similarities to that. Yes, a hot wife is someone who's in a relationship where the male, for lack of better terms, the husband, finds satisfaction when their partner goes out and has sexual relations with other people and comes home and tells them about it.
Does he get to
watch?
watch?
That's a hot wife. So it's similar to cuckolding, except it's not about humiliation.
God almighty.
Paul, in great detail, describe the last Ashley Madison Christmas party.
Well, we haven't had one in a while due to the pandemic. But let me tell you, I remember one of the last ones we did have, and I had a member on my team who had just joined straight out of college, and I gave him some counsel and some advice. I said, you're going to your first company Christmas party. What you don't want to do is be the story. It's great to go and have a good time, but never be the story at the company Christmas party. Well, let me tell you something. He's been the story for about 3 or 4 years now, and God love him for it.
Ashley Madison, Christmas, they don't do the traditional carols. You know, they just get around and they sing. What do you think they sing?
Arms linked.
Yeah, Rob from marketing really rips it.
Don't be the story, Brownie. Don't be the story.
No,
Hey,
exactly.
Paul, can I ask, what is the, asking for a friend, what's the median age of women on Ashley Madison?
The average age of the women who are joining are usually around 36 to 38.
Whoa.
And men are around 39 to 42.
Paul Keable, we are with the head of strategy of Ashley Madison. We're very interested in what you have to say. How many staff members are members of Ashley Madison?
Well, we would never disclose that, obviously, because again, giving the details of... Well, things have changed since a few years ago. But the vast majority of people obviously use the service to better understand how our members interact and what they're looking for, because to provide a service the way we do, we have to really understand our members. And so my team specifically, we talk to our members every single day.
Paul, I'm happily married, but just pretend for a moment that I was looking for someone other than my wife.
Yeah, let's pretend that you were looking for someone other than your wife.
I'm building a profile. Is it more important to get the photo right, get the shot right, or the information within the profile?
And also, Paul, as an addendum to that, it's all very cloak and dagger. It has to be, because these people are, cheating. There's a lot at stake. What is the situation with photographs?
So the way our site looks is very similar to the vast majority of traditional dating apps, with a few, obviously special features. So most people don't put their face as their profile photo. They put, maybe it's a little cleavage, maybe it's their bicep, maybe it's their chin, something that gives them an indication. But what we've done is created a private photo locker where you could put more personal or intimate images, including your face or something more salacious if you're so inclined. And what we allow is our members to send that to somebody when they're want to go that far, they've had a bit of a conversation, they say, well, I'll reveal a little bit more about myself.
Paul, so what you're saying there is if I joined the website, I could have a profile pic just of me, but if things progressed and I went down, I hit the private key, then it could be like a picture of me with a red snooker ball in my mouth. You just take it that extra little yard. Is that what you're saying? That option's there?
Very much so.
Yes, Paul likes that one.
Paul, we can't thank you enough from Ashley Madison. Now, we're going to perform something for you now, which is the jingle. I'll start, then you come in, and then you two come in.
Okay, I love it.
Here we go.
Thanks very much, Paul. Have you had fun anyway?
Love talking to you guys. It's one of the countries that I've never been to, and it is on the top of my bucket list. So I hope I can get down to Australia in 2023, and maybe I can do an in-person sit-down with you guys when I come.
Lock it in, Keable.
Cop this.
I'm looking for someone other than my wife. Other than my wife.
Guys.
Ashley Madison's right. I'm looking for someone other than my wife. Other than my wife. Ashley Madison's right.
Everyone.
I'm looking for someone other than my wife. Other than my wife. Ashley Madison's right.
You still there, Paul? Paul?
Oh,
No, he's killed himself.
Do you want to see what this looks like? Well, get the visuals on Instagram. Follow Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
I forgot to ask him, is Ashley Madison named after anyone?
Oh, yeah.
You know, like...
I wonder how they come up with that name.
Yeah.
Or is it two? Is it Ashley?
It's not Ashley
it's like
and...
surnames?
No, it's Ashley Madison.
Oh, it is true.
Yeah.
But, I mean, is it the two co-founders? Their surnames were Ashley and Madison?
It's a
or
miss
their
from
first
us
names?
to not ask.
I've got the answer.
Oh, yeah.
Are they the sexiest female names?
They are the two most popular female names in North America.
Really?
Ashley.
Really?
Ashley Madison.
Name 3 famous Ashleys.
Ashley Judd.
Yes.
Ashley Judd. Ashley Simpson. Ashley Gardner.
Ashley
Gardner.
Hansen, who played in the
Ashley
West Coast.
Great goal kicker.
There you go.
I want to talk to you about...
But is that swayed by the fact that Ashley is also a male's name?
Could be.
So that's where the votes
Maybe.
come in.
Getting double votes.
They check the birth register.
Jack's just
double votes.
Jack's just shaking his head. No, that's not the case.
No, that's a hard pass
Yeah,
from him.
it's okay.
In fact, if Jack was texting you about that, he may have done the thumbs down emoji,
really?
which is a very neat segue into...
I'm not great on phones.
No.
Apparently, cancel culture has officially come for emojis.
Oh.
And I've been thinking about this for a while, and I'm glad it's not just me that finds the thumbs up emoji passive-aggressive.
Okay.
A Reddit article has come out.
Really?
Yeah, saying that the thumbs up emoji, if you write somebody a text and they text back just with the thumbs up, leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
Hold on a second.
Does anyone agree?
No, it's case by case.
Is it?
If you've been involved in a back and forth, right, and it finishes with, say, Dino saying, okay, so I'll see you tonight, after like 5 texts each.
Yeah.
See you tonight.
Right.
Thumbs up. That's not
Yes.
passive aggressive.
I agree. But can you see that it could be dependent on the context of the text?
If I say, Pang, you'll definitely be there, right? At 7 p.m. Thumbs up. Then I'm getting a bit sus. It's like, see you there, idiot.
Yeah, right. So the context there is I'm not sure, and I don't want to write in words, yes, I will be there.
All right.
So I'm going to do that, and then I've not really committed.
It's open.
Yes.
Well, let me defend myself. I've always thought that the thumbs up emoji meant definite maybe. So,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You're both in agreement there.
Well, I think I like the thumbs up because it means it's the end of the conversation. Because as you know, I'm not great on the phone and not great with communique, Swanee.
Thumbs down can also mean the end of the conversation.
Well, that's exactly right, but it just means that I don't have to go back to my phone and text the person back again.
He loves thumbs.
What about a red heart? What does that mean? You know, if someone sends a red heart to you, what does it mean that they love you? Does it mean what does it mean?
It's genuine. It's a nice one. It's a genuine love one.
Yeah.
What's the one with the love hearts for the eyes, or then there's the one with the love hearts that are around them.
I
What's
like
the difference
that one.
between those two?
You
don't have
they're
to know.
fairly similar.
Jack, you should know this, by the way, as a young person.
What does that mean? What's the difference between those?
If your eyes are love hearts, doesn't mean you've got love in your eyes.
Yeah, it means you love the person.
I feel like that's more direct. If the love heart's in the eyes, I agree, it's directed at the person, whereas the love hearts around your face is just a feeling of like happiness and affection
Yes.
about the person. You know?
I've been using that more lately.
Jeez, I'm going to need an emoji with a gun to my head.
Sometimes, well, there are always new emojis, and you'll be pleased to know that next week a new emoji is coming out, which you can sub out the thumbs up, Sam.
and replace it with?
It's just a yellow face
Ease up.
with wide.
Jeez.
They're all yellow, the emoji faces. Thank you.
Right. Snooker ball is where?
And the snooker ball is just a small red dot, and then the mask is very obvious. So you can delete the thumbs down or the thumbs up and just send. It's a wide-eyed one with a snooker ball.
I like that.
Was that just for me?
It's just for you. I can't wait to get it.
Thank you. I love technology. You know that's one.
I like the giant turd when you text me.
Okay.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
The podcast.
You want a sense of the day, Dean?
Desperately.
How about some tropical stuff?
Friday, October 14. Jeez, it's just flying by.
It is, yes.
And
Favourite month, October.
Is it really?
Yeah, he lives for October.
He lives for October.
You got a favourite month, have you?
Yeah, I do.
I do
Explain
too.
it. You got it like
my
a-
favourite's November.
Is it? Traditionally, October always means your clock off. Or it's holidays. So footy season ends. You can just have a spell.
Yeah.
But also birthday.
Yeah.
Races.
Yeah.
Like, it's just fantastic.
It's a great month.
Everything. Just so much to look forward to.
And the weather.
Wedding
changes.
anniversary.
Now, speaking of weather, dozens of suburbs are on alert as Maribyrnong River rises. Residents in Essendon, Footscray, Moonee Ponds and Keable among a list of 42 suburbs deemed at risk as the Maribyrnong River rises.
There's photographs already on Instagram. It's happened.
Yeah, if you've seen any wild
Very
stuff,
bad.
13, 24, 10, if you want to.
It's a real worry.
I know that October...
I've been through a flood. So
You
it is very traumatic.
Why is that?
We're up in Queensland. I've been through a flood.
You used to live in Queensland, didn't you?
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I used to live in Queensland. It is traumatic, though, Swanee, because it just happens like
God,
that.
it would be horrendous. It's my worst nightmare.
You think you're in control, and then you're not.
You're not.
Your worst nightmare?
Yeah, water is my no,
Mine's
thank
buried
you.
alive in a coffin.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Okay, that's okay.
I'll probably get out, but whatever.
A loan shark's caught you and put you in the dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is scary. Scary thought.
Buried alive is not a good outcome, is it?
It feels inevitable too, the way things are going with me.
Yes,
St Kilda has... No, I know October, you just said footy's finished and you have genuinely clocked off, by the way. Very hard to get any... We had to bring Brodie in here to talk the trade news yesterday because you refused to even open your mouth now. But, I'm sorry, John, there's big news. St Kilda have sensationally sacked their coach, Brett Ratton, 100 days after re-signing him for 2 years.
Really?
That's not what... You're supposed to know that.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah, they re-signed him, so at least he'll get a payout. But the
They
shock
signed
decision,
him the day before yesterday and then fired him. This is odd.
It doesn't make sense.
I smell a rat.
The shock decision will mystify the club's fan base. John Brown, do you agree?
Well, I would have thought so because there is a salary cap or a budget cap for football departments, which their coach's wage, which I'm sure most of it would have been guaranteed, would go into the budget for next year.
Yeah.
It's come after a review by
Jeff Walsh.
Jeff Walsh,
the Grim Reaper. Every time he goes to a club and does a review, the coach ends up getting sacked.
What's he done? Where's he been?
Carlton, North Melbourne, in the last 2 years.
He's gone to those clubs, done a review, and the coach has been sacked.
You'd be concerned if he turned up, wouldn't you?
He's the angel of death.
If you saw him in the car park, wouldn't you?
Jeez,
if you're walking out, if you're the coach and you saw him in the car park pulling up.
You say, I'll go get my things.
Where's the cardboard box?
Yeah.
I'd be concerned if he came to my house and did a review of my relationship.
That's a good point.
Any review that he does is damning.
Yeah, that's... But hold on, though. The club...
Imagine what he'd say about my cutlery drawer.
Woof.
Oh, mate, he'd be moving out. He'd move you out.
Absolutely.
3 months to 100 days. 3 months ago, they said this is our guy for the next 2 years.
I know.
Say something, John. How has this happened?
Well, all I'll say is, though, if you drive past Brett Ratton's house in the next 2 years, how good are his lawns going to look?
Yeah, gardening leaf. Well done.
Yeah, very good.
You said nothing.
Very good. However, he did say something earlier. He said something earlier.
Well, say it again for those who weren't listening earlier.
Sorry, Lenny Hayes retired from GWS.
I know.
Lenny Hayes retired from GWS as a coach and as an assistant coach. Retired to the Blue Mountains in a town with a population of about 50 people. It seemed like a strange choice. He's a New South Wales boy, but never been a farmer.
Yeah.
Had a crack at sort of hobby farming and all that sort of stuff. All of a sudden, 12 months after that decision, was coaxed out of retirement or coaxed out of farming by the St Kilda Football Club.
Where he's an assistant coach.
Where he's a former legend to be an assistant coach.
a lady in waiting, if you will.
All right, listen, I know you've given basically all you've done, you've just given some facts without actually saying, what's going to happen. If Lenny Hayes is not the next coach of St Kilda, what you just said is irrelevant and useless.
No, Lenny Hayes will be a coach of St Kilda Football Club.
There you go. You said something.
Come on.
My God.
In the next few years.
Oh,
that's
I'm
what I
gonna
know.
knock
I sort of
you
offset
out.
it.
I'm going to knock you out.
I can't absolutely guarantee it. But clearly, Lenny Hayes will be the coach of the St Kilda Football Club because that club.
Why not now?
Jesus.
He's there and the spot is available.
Who knows? Maybe a succession plan.
Yes.
What's Paul Roos doing? Maybe bring Roosie in for a year or two. Ross Lyon, who knows? Anyway, I'm sure Lenny Hayes will eventually be the coach of St Kilda at some stage.
$402,000. Is that right?
Yeah, $402,000. $402,000
of liquid meth. Now I've got your back. Has been found hidden inside condom-filled pumpkins.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's a lot, isn't it? Just in time for Halloween season. Isn't that wonderful? So there's something
Was
there.
it at Lenny Hayes' farm?
Yeah, exactly. That's why you got out of
That
there.
means it's coming from inside the country? Oh, no. They do import.
No, it was US Customs and Borders. They revealed their big find.
It's good.
The other thing I wanted to...
I wonder what that night's like when they have the big find. The crew,
I wonder if
they go and celebrate.
I wonder if they take a little bit. No one would know. 402,000.
I'm sure they would.
They do the photo shoot with the pump action shotgun over the loot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Send it to the Herald. Go hit the pub.
Yeah.
Just a couple of... Oh, no. I just want to... There's one
Irish pub.
There's one thing I wanted to ask you from the world of rugby league. It was from earlier this week, John. You're
testing our friendship with all these sport questions.
St George. No, well, this is something for you too, Chrissie. St George Illawarra is a rugby league.
Yeah.
They had their presentation night, best and fairest presentation night earlier this week.
Yeah.
Do you know how many players turned up? 3.
What?
3 players. 3 players turned up at the best and fairest night. Have you ever heard of anything like that happening?
No, I haven't. I've got background on this.
Oh, finally.
They're off the coach. They can't stand Anthony Griffin. So they all got together and made a pact. They said, look, because in your contracts, it's compulsory to go to the best and fairest in rugby league or in AFL.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's it's a mandatory appearance. So 4 or 5 of the boys thought that, if we don't go, we'll get fined if we don't turn up. So they got them all together, knowing there was, there was sort of some, there was
discontent.
Discontent. That's the word I was going to say. Discontent.
So they're sending a message.
There was discontent behind the scenes. So all the boys got together and said, actually, if we all don't go en masse, we can't get fined.
What about the 3 that did go?
One of them was the best and fairest winner. So obviously
he's going. Well,
he was told by the club.
Pretty sure that but the 3 that went finished 1, 2, and 3 in the best and fairest.
I think it was. I think it was the 3 placings.
Of course they
So
did.
there you go. So I would have thought the coach. I wouldn't have thought his job is tenuous. I would have thought.
I've never heard of that before in my life. Anyway, they had a lot of pumpkins at that best and fairest night too. So that's good.
Ask Brownie next.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast.
One man, many questions.
I want to know, Brownie, how they make hundreds and thousands sprinkles. What's your go-to takeaway meal?
Brownie in a plane on takeoff and landing. Why are the lights dim?
Have all the answers.
I run on me face.
Ask Brownie.
Hello. I've just had a flashback to the answer to the question of what is your favourite takeaway meal. You waxed lyrical about Thai food and then you said, I like a pizza. So you took us while you zigged and then you zagged. That's the great thing about this segment.
I haven't been here for a while for Ask Brownie.
What's your favourite pizza topping, Sam? Or your pizza order?
Yeah, good question.
Is it regret?
Danny from Baldwin. You can get back to us on that, Sam. Danny from Baldwin.
I'll email you later.
What is your question for Brownie?
Well, this is us talking. But I just want to say, start the day off with you guys, and it's just it's always a great day. We love you. We love you guys. We love hearing you on radio. Just cheers our day up.
Good on you, Danny.
Good on you, Danny.
Is there a question here, Danny? No, only joking. No, come on, that's beautiful.
Settle down.
So, Brownie, using your pet expertise, why does my dog chew tissues?
And why do you have such pet expertise? Could it be something in your investment portfolio?
Oh, yeah. I'm a minority shareholder of Pet Stock in Waterville. I'm going to get in there and...
I thought you said you were attempting all positions on the board to be spilled, and you're attempting to come in and be a majority owner.
No, business is good, Sam. No need to disrupt it.
Why does Danny's dog eat tissues?
Well, as a former greyhound trainer, I cut my teeth, Swanee, before I worked in radio.
You sure did.
Before I worked on the football field. Cut my teeth as a greyhound trainer, as a young bloke. And often the dogs would eat things that are non-edible. Not edible. It's a condition called pica, and it's mainly to do with anxiety.
Yes, and it happens to pregnant women as well.
There you go, Danny.
That's why they eat tissues or eat non-edible products. In your case, Danny, eating tissues.
PICA, Google it.
What do you think of that, Danny?
I think that's a very good answer. Thank you, Brodie.
Is your dog anxious?
Doesn't seem like she's usually not, but she must be.
They'll never tell you.
Does your Danny? Does your dog? Does your dog ever talk to you?
Yeah. And she's like, "Hey, how's your day going?" Go well.
Your dog might be sad too.
I want to see something about that.
Mate, you've got a double pass the Hoyts plus a custom Ben & Jerry's cake. What? They do cakes? Order your custom Ben & Jerry's cake at select Hoyts locations. Well, that's big. Danny. That's big news.
Cookie dough.
Kelly, good morning.
Hi, guys. How are we?
Good, Cal. How are you?
Well, thank you. So, Brownie, I was listening to Spotify the other day.
Yes.
And the song by Paul Kelly came up, To Her Door. And I want to know...
Sorry, yes. Keep going.
do the couple who got separated, do they get back together?
Well, Kelly, that's a great question. And I guess we'll never know.
What do you mean?
Well, we'll never know. Because they're at the door. It's open to your imagination. Do they get back together? They're at the door. They're at the
Sounds
crossroads
like a
of their
very
relationship.
dysfunctional relationship. I think they'd be better off without each other.
This might be un-Australian. I don't know the words that I know the song. But
Yes.
I haven't done a deep dive on the lyrics and the.
They got
meaning of the
married
story.
early,
Yes.
never had the money. Then when he got laid off, it really hit the
turned to-
skids.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, you know Paul Kelly,
It's not
Sam.
great.
I do.
You played footy with Paul Kelly as the coach.
I
actual Paul Kelly, the singer. What are the words? What happens, Sam?
I love Paul Kelly, and I've said this to his face that I'm not one of those people out there that consider him a bit one note. Do you know what I mean? I think that he's got a wonderful, broad musical talent.
Kelly, I reckon we could, if we tried, to get an answer from Paul Kelly, who wrote the song.
Yeah,
We'll
Sam,
try
do
and
something.
track him down next week.
Okay, I'll ask. You know what? I'll ask him.
I'm
For the next week.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd play along. We'll
Kelly.
see if we can get an answer for you,
Also,
Kelly.
tell him, when I went to that concert in 2001 in Brisbane, why did he just play the new stuff?
Yeah, I'll pass that on.
Kelly, 6 bottles of wine from Zonzo Estate are all yours.
What?
Hey, our old mate Gary from Dramana.
Gary from Dramana.
Hey, here I am. How are you guys?
Hey, Gaz.
Here I am.
How you doing?
Good,
Hey,
thanks.
mate.
How are you, mate?
Loved your book, Brownie. It's awesome.
It's good, isn't it? What was your favourite chapter?
Yeah, no, he didn't finish it.
Hey, Gary, you still with us, man?
Hello?
Yeah, we go.
Okay, Gaz. You're back. Gaz, what was your favourite chapter?
Oh, geez. There's a whole bunch to pick one out.
Well answered, Gary.
There's so many great chapters in that book, but Gary can't just pick one, Brownie.
No, it's like picking a favourite child.
That's
amazing. There's a bunch of them, says Gary. There's a bunch of them.
Hey, Gary, Dramana Way, what's all the rain and the flooding stuff? Any bad stuff in Dramana, or are we all good?
Yeah, I think you'd pull off a bit crook if you went for a swim. But
Right.
yeah, it's not too bad.
Gary, there's the next. If you did a reprint, there's a quote from Gary on the front going, there's a bunch of chapters in this book. That's it.
That's it. Gary from Dramana. All right, what's your question for the big fella, Gags?
Yeah, Brownie, just wondering why, apparently, as we get older, do only our ears and nose get bigger?
They don't get bigger. Your head shrinks.
That's not true. That's not true.
Yes, it is.
That 100% feels correct. No further questions, please.
Yes,
Gary, are you still okay being referred to as a name that isn't yours? Because your actual
yeah.
name is Glenn.
Yeah, no, I'd rather be called Gary. It's That's part of the show, isn't it?
Sam, do you remember this story? We made a mistake once on air years ago, and we've just run with it. His name is not Gary.
His name's Glenn.
Gary, what do we usually give you prize-wise? Because I don't want to. You must have a lot of wine.
Give him a book.
Yeah, give him a book.
He's already got one, obviously. He certainly didn't pay for that.
Got a bunch of chapters in it.
Yes.
I'd like a ticket for 2 to Urban Surf and hopefully not break my neck again.
To Urban Surf.
Good
Sorry,
topic of
brother, that's
reference.
not on the sheet. But hey, you're off to Hoyt's. You got a custom Ben & Jerry's cake and order your custom Ben & Jerry's cake at select Hoyt's locations. Good to hear from old.
Go on, you guys.
What a show.
Ever wondered what happens in the studio? Check out Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Instagram.
Melbourne, good morning. Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Nova 100. And the sun, the actual sun of the universe, has just walked into the studio.
Come on, baby, the smile is bright. He's on channel 969.
Yes.
Hitchener is on the show. He reads the news to keep you in the know. Hitchener is on the show. Hitchener's a lovely guy.
He's a lovely guy. Now, you haven't been here
Good
since
morning.
February, March, April, May, June,
It's been
July,
a while.
August, September.
Whoa.
I could have had a baby in that
Well,
time.
actually, that's
Really?
true. However, you've been so kind. You give us lovely mentions on air and shout-outs and things, and I always feel
What's
like
your-
it's never far away.
What's the problem been, Pete? You know, man, we love you.
Oh, we love you right back. You know that.
No, don't just answer the question. Why have you refused to come on our show for a
I
little
don't
while?
think I was asked, actually.
Who wasn't asked?
Jackie Charles. What are you doing, Jackie?
Doug Hawkins is in the show. It's asked, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
he's
asked?
making
Of
it
course
up.
it is. I'm just being silly. Don't
It's-
take
I'm
any
worried to
notice.
make sure you're all right, you know, man.
You got keys to this place. You just walk in whenever you want. You just walk in. We got you.
How many words would you mispronounce per week?
Oh, millions.
I'm sure you do a review of your performance after every show.
Actually-
how many mistakes do you think you're making a week?
I'm sure I make plenty, and I try not to, but they just happen. You know.
You're
what it's
only
like.
one man. You're a human being.
I know that.
What's it
Have I
like?
ever?
What's it like being so beloved?
Well, I think people are very nice to me, and I'm not sure if I'm beloved or not. I think they probably think, oh, I wish he'd go home.
No,
now.
you
are.
We like him, but it's anyway.
No, that's me. I'm talking about everyone else. Pete. I'm just talking about everyone else.
dear
Those who love
Sam,
you.
Isn't it lovely he's on Fridays? Bang.
Bang.
Hey,
He's
Hitch,
all
don't-
over you, mate.
Oh, mate,
You're
playing-
10 goals down a quarter time,
playing
Payne.
on a
Lift.
break. That's unbelievable.
Oh, no. I have to disturb
God,
you
I love
a
you. I just
little
love
bit.
looking at you. My eyes adored you.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you.
the dog
Thank
show's
you for-
coming up. I know we both love going to
Just
that sucker.
Love the dog shows and
What?
love the singing jingles this morning. How wonderful was that?
Yeah, we'll get to them.
Oh, I love them.
Yours?
Oh, sorry, I'm not-
Yours?
Yes.
Oh, I
What sort
can't
of- what
wait.
sort
I
of
think
dog-
you deserve some too.
Thank you.
What sort of dog you got?
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie with some help from young Dino.
Yeah, man.
That's not
That
bad. I
sounds-
just made it up this
that's
morning.
really good.
Inspired by Sound of Music, but
Yeah,
know,
it
yeah,
sounded
it's a
like
little
a
bit-
sounded like a funeral march.
yes, it was.
yes.
But never mind.
Just made that up this morning, did you?
Yeah, sitting in the car doing
surprises me.
Wordles. I was like to get here early, and so there I was at 7:15. So I've heard everything that's happened from
Are you
that.
still doing Wordles?
Well, I know that it's old-fashioned, but it's actually quite a good little challenge.
Yeah, it is. I agree.
And then it's done and finished.
Have you ever
with,
got
and
it in
move
the
on.
first go? I
No.
did once.
Did you?
Mm.
That's that.
And then I felt like I couldn't do it again because
No, you
I'd like
can't do it
unlocked
anymore
it.
after
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Hitchy,
You
how's the,
climbed the mountain.
how's the newsroom going? You still having fun?
Having fun, love it. Love it. It's very good to be part of the team, and very good to have a challenge every day. And very good to be up to date with what's going on. These floods are shocking.
You were telling me off air that you'd had about enough, and that you can't stand
Oh,
some of the
shut up.
people that you work with. I've got a genuine question. You know, Carrie Bickmore's leaving the the project. Do you think that Chrissie Swan would be a good replacement, Pete?
Yes.
Wow, that's
Absolutely
anything else?
fabulous.
Convincing.
No,
No, absolutely fabulous. I don't think about those things very much, but Chrissie would be ideal.
You're so old school, aren't you? It's on Channel 10. You can't even bring yourself to say any other name.
Oh, no,
so
I wish-
old school.
I
Say
wish
Channel,
every- I
say
wish
Channel
it-
10.
Channel 10, Channel 7, Channel ABC, Channel whoever.
Hitchy, what
Yes.
about Grimshaw leaving ACA? at
Yes,
Current Fair?
yes.
Who's your bet? I want to
there's
bet
so
money.
many people. There's so many great people that could be doing it. I'm not sure. I'll let the people who are making those decisions
something.
decide.
You got no insight. You're like the godfather of that station. You've got no idea.
No, I just do what I'm told, like everyone else. You know that.
Hey,
Apart from you guys, I know you two.
They've brainwashed you into
run the
thinking
show.
that you've got no power.
Would you take
It's
it
a
as a
shame.
job? Would you do it?
Oh, gosh, no.
Why not?
No.
You already do it. You already do 5 times a
no,
week.
Sam. Would you like to?
Me?
You give it a go.
I don't know. I'd go at Channel 9. We haven't had much of a relationship over the years. How do you think I'd go?
I think you'd be awesome and funny.
You do host Australia's funniest home videos.
Tonight on A Current Affair, we reveal the neighbour from hell.
Yes, you kick the door down, going with camera blazing. It's Sam Pang.
And you hate Casanova conmen. You hate them.
No, I like them. I think they're doing good work in the
And as for Ashley Madison, my lord, did anyone else's hair stand on end with their eyes out on stalks during that interview?
What do you think of that as a service, as a public service?
What are your thoughts, Hitch?
What are your thoughts?
I don't know.
Good answer.
I just
Good
thought,
answer.
You don't think people are complicated and
complex,
have
yes.
needs?
I guess they do, but that's for others
Are
to
you
worry about.
Are you just saying you're pro-infidelity here? Is that what you said? I read between the lines,
Oh,
Brownie.
you're so funny.
What about the jingle, though?
He's dabbing to it.
Yeah. Speaking of jingles...
It's more sort of Hawaiian, I think,
Yeah,
what
it
I'm
is a
doing
bit,
there.
yeah.
Not really a dab. That
No,
was,
that's so
so old.
2017.
No.
Hitchy, jingles...
If that, 2015.
Jingles-wise, this one's a classic.
Brian told me so.
Where's your jingle? You've been in our lives. You're a constant in Melbournians'
right,
lives.
is it? But it was lovely hearing that again this
It
morning.
was lovely, I agree.
and it was
He was a friend
yours.
of yours, wasn't he?
Yes, he was a colleague. I've worked with him for 20
Yeah.
He was at 9 for 20 years.
When that jingle came out, were you in the mirror in your place in South Yarra going,
Why isn't it
told
me?
Hitch
No,
told
not
me.
at all.
Yeah.
No, Brian dominated the landscape.
How long have you been the
Channel
main?
9?
No, I know that's 100 years. I'm talking about how long have you
I
been
was waiting for an ages joke and it didn't happen. Thank you.
The main job.
So elderly.
The main
Go
job.
on.
The main job. How long have you been?
1998. So it was probably before you guys were born.
So
24
You
years.
should have your own jingle, shouldn't you?
No, not
Hitch,
at all.
you absolutely should. And like a new age one. This is a lovely one here. But it's a bit old school,
Yes,
you know?
and some of the language in the new one could be a little bit more updated, couldn't it?
Hitch, spot on. So,
like this.
I've been in the lab for you coming up with a jingle.
Oh, just wonderful.
You familiar with Meredith Bainbridge? Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Meredith Brooks.
Yeah, you familiar?
Yes.
Here we go.
He is Hitch. He's a papa. He is Hitch. He's a lover. Go to him to get your news. He's constantly amused. He is Hitch. Every other guy sucks.
Yeah. Oh, hang
Every
on.
other guy
like that.
sucks.
What do you
Yes,
think, man?
maybe is that a little out there? That last little. I don't know. It's a
Well,
slogan.
also, too,
Every
Jennifer
other-
Kite reads the news for Channel 10.
Okay.
It's not every
Exactly
guy.
right.
Guys, that's why we're spitballing. That's why this is a meeting. There are no wrong answers.
But that's not. You don't mind that one, though, do you?
Oh, I love it.
Okay, cool.
Because we can turn
Got my name right. No, I'm in.
we can put some more paprika on it if you
Yes,
want.
that'd be lovely.
David Guetta's take on.
Here we go.
Try this one on for size.
Trying to find the words to describe this boy without being disrespectful.
Damn, you a sexy Hitch.
Yeah, now
A sexy Hitch. Damn, you a sexy Hitch.
Play it again.
That's my.
I like that one.
Said
Brad.
that, yeah.
Yes, it was nice. And
Wait,
it's
we cut it off
understated.
before we got to the Alan Raskin. Could we have it again?
All right, because it's powerful, right?
Yeah.
I love it.
Trying to find the words to describe this boy without being disrespectful.
Damn, you a sexy Hitch.
Hey.
A sexy Hitch. Damn, you a
Don't you know
sexy
it?
Hitch.
Wait.
And Alan Rascal as well.
Mate, I'm telling you, Channel 9 could
It's
do a
very
lot
funny.
worse than
Yep.
this.
Yes.
You know,
Very
mate?
nice.
I know you're a ratings juggernaut and you don't need any publicity, but I'm just saying, these are right there.
And this way, Rascal doesn't miss out either. He gets a little mention.
Oh, he doesn't.
Everyone wins.
He deserves it because what he does is
Where's
really
Rascal
special.
today? What's he got? Some potato
He'll
farm
be-
somewhere? Where's he
he'll doing something amazing.
Potato Festival in
burst into action at 6.
He's put a picture on social media of him blowing out his driveway. That's not a euphemism, by the way.
Blowing out his driveway.
Did you say a watermelon festival?
Hitchy, option-wise, you want...
so funny.
Yeah, after one more option?
Cut it out.
One more?
Yeah, righto. Let's
One more.
Righto. Let's have it. Come on, write it out.
What are you doing?
I missed that.
No, that's my Bondi Rescue. That's my Bondi Rescue impersonation.
You do know about Channel 10?
Yeah, park it over there, Buster. Yeah.
All right, the band...
See you at the beer garden.
All right, brother. The band Jet have inspired this one.
Cold on Hitch, and he's a hitchy boy. And go to Hitch for the news. He's waiting. Cold on Hitch, and Alan Rascal's doing some crazy shit too.
Channel 9 News, 6 p.m. on weekdays.
What do you reckon, man?
It's lovely. It's understated. There's an elegance to it, and I just love it.
And Rascal does not miss out.
Not at all. Nor should he.
Feels as though there's one of those three will be picked, and that'll be a new anthem, mate.
This is television. I'm going to pinch all three. Don't worry.
You're the best, Dino.
I love you.
He's not so bad, Dino. Thank you, Dino.
9
What a
News, 6
son.
p.m. weeknights. Which one do you want to go the break in? The last one?
I think the last
That's
one.
got some punch to it. On the second, sure.
Trying to find the words to describe this boy without being disrespectful.
Hey, hear it kick in now.
Damn, you a sexy Hitch. A sexy Hitch. Damn, you a sexy Hitch.
Take a walk on the wild side.
Chrissie, Sam, and Brownie.
Hey, everybody, it's Friday. What does it mean?
End of the week, look back, what it was, what it is, what we did, what we didn't. End of the week, you're getting out of bed with your alarm ringing at your head instead of getting ready for the weekend. Let's go through the week. Little bit of Brownie, a little bit of Chrissie. Somewhere between there's hang next, all three cheap times till I break next Friday. We put our hands up to the start of the weekend with the cheat sheet of the week.
On Monday, Brownie had news of a player from the NRL who was extremely cheap.
Eels forward Ryan Madison was offered a fine or a 3-week suspension. He's decided go for the suspension. One of his teammates, Aaron Wood, says he's just one of the tightest humans you'll meet.
He is the sort of guy that turns up on a date with a voucher.
Yes. Or a dinner party with a bottle of red. When only half of it's drank, he takes that home with him.
He's a dog.
What's wrong with that?
I was going to say, my mate used to roll up with a 6-pack at a party. He'd drink till he couldn't talk, and then he'd leave with a slab.
Chrissie did her best during Mystic Chrissie.
Anita from Frankston. Well, that's weird because I wrote water down before you'd even come on, Anita.
Amazing, Chrissie.
Are you also a water sign? What's your star sign?
I'm Gemini, so no.
Yeah.
You like waterboarding?
Continuing on with Monday, Guy Montgomery was on the show, who does Have You Been Paying Attention for New Zealand? And he had some interesting information about Sam performing accents.
You haven't been paying attention to Australia tonight. I say that straight because you do the New Zealand version as well.
That's right.
What's the difference between the two, Guy?
Mostly the accent, Sam. And people don't tease me for copulating with farm animals in New Zealand. They're too busy agreeing.
You notice I'll never do that. I never do the New Zealand stereotype, and I never do accents and like that's I just don't find it.
Oh, I saw you doing stand-up on Saturday night. You're doing all sorts of accents. You said take a trip around the world with Sam Payne. No country left untouched.
I've got a map. I've got a map of the world behind me, and I get people to point at it, and then I'll give them the accent.
I'm looking at the show schedule. We've got a gotcha call next.
On Tuesday, we had Councillor Chrissie, and someone's name who I can't remember had a problem, and we tried to solve it.
My problem, Chrissie, is that I'm taking my 2 nieces to Harry Styles on Friday, the 24th of February.
I can't see any problem so far.
There wasn't a problem until I brought tickets to see Sam Pang and his buddies, which happens to be on the same night.
Well, I'm seeing Harry Styles that night. So.
And Sam had some news on Joe Biden.
Joe Biden has pardoned all federal offences of marijuana.
The Greens are pushing it here to be legalised as well.
Yeah, so that's pretty big. We're trying to remove all those criminal records that lead to barriers for employment and housing and all that sort of stuff. Anthony Albanese has responded, and he has pardoned everyone involved in the real Love Boat.
So what, we get drunk. So what, we smoke weed. We're just having fun. We don't care who sees.
Brownie gave us news of what seemed to be the worst flight in the world.
We're a Love Island UK star, Dami Hope. They're on a Ryanair flight going to Ibiza with a bunch of TikTokers, sponsored by Spotify, for a bit of a party, and it turned into a bit of a party flight, or a boozy flight. And they screamed and chanted. There was a bunch of influencers on the plane.
Oh, wow.
Was Jackie Charles on that plane?
He was.
Does it sound fun to you?
Yeah, getting lit on a plane.
It'd sound fun if it went into the ocean.
Lord Mayor Sally Capp went to see a cabaret show for the Melbourne Fringe Festival. Unfortunately, we couldn't stop focusing on one specific thing.
Bernie Dieter's cabaret show at the Spiegel tent at Queen Victoria Market. It's got a whole vibe going on.
There's buzzies?
Well, if there's nudity, it's all of the
Lord Mayor
all
doesn't
of
want
the
to say
above and below.
Lord Mayor
It's
doesn't-
all of that.
doesn't want to say buzzies.
Done beautifully, tastefully,
Say
done
buzzies. Say buzzies.
amazingly well, and
It's just the B word.
all
Look me in the eyes and say buzzies.
Do it. She's gone.
It's buzzies. It's fun. It's so fun, and it's not rude at all.
Say this. Last night at the performance you saw, there were buzzies as far as the eye could see.
The next day, Brownie read his letter of application for the King of Moomba for our very own Sam Pang, and read out one specific quality that Sam has.
Clearly, charity is a big thing for the council, and Sam has shown over the years to be a huge supporter of many charities. And there's no greater example of this than the 2016 version of Run for the Kids, where Sam decided at late notice to sleep in for the kids instead.
I got drunk and slept in for the kids. John.
Forgotten that.
What a man,
That
John.
was so funny. Sleep in for the kids.
Yesterday, the weather was pretty wild, and of course, we had to talk about it.
We kind of thought about all this weather stuff and going, come on, how bad can it be? I mean, there's a lot of hyperbole.
We know what rain is.
Yeah, all right, we've seen rain, but we looked at the radar, mate. I've never seen that in my life. Look at that.
Oh my god!
If that was a CAT scan, Brownie, you'd be dead.
Yesterday, Olympia Valance was on the show, and Sam paid her a compliment.
I wanted to say too that I just think that the Caulfield Cup could not have had and could not have chosen a better ambassador than you, Olympia.
Oh,
Wow.
supportive.
Well done, Sam.
Doesn't seem right, does it?
You said before we went to air to support you and to not say anything bad, and so there you go.
I
What else do you
really
want from me?
appreciate it.
Yeah, I didn't mean it.
And you're absolutely right.
Yesterday, Tom Gleisner invited us to lunch.
Would you like to come to lunch with me?
Yes, obviously.
No.
Thank you. Correct answer.
This morning, during Home Viewer Quiz, we found out what is the hardest thing on earth.
What's the hardest natural substance on Earth?
Diamonds.
We also have accepted Cat's head.
Well, that's it from me. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. I'm out of here. I'll be back Monday, and I'll see you then. Bye!
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. Ripper Show will be back tomorrow. Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. Oh, unless it's a weekend.
Over 100.